What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel, and thank you so much for jumping into another video. We are at the end of the week. Thanksgiving week is over. Can you even believe that we have completely made it through basically almost another year? Like, we are going from Thanksgiving into Christmas. I just cannot believe where the time goes. Like, flies by. I literally feel like I just remember it being New Year's and Valentine's recently. But you turn around and look, and here we are. The year just flew right by. Back to November, back through Thanksgiving. Well, hopefully you had an enjoyable Thanksgiving with your families. Hopefully you got some downtime, some rest time. Hopefully you ate a lot and you are full, and that you were ready to go this morning, because I know the Discord group, the AJDT Discord, myself, we were in there fresh, ready this morning, ready to go. And talking about some really good plays. Had some really good stuff happening this morning. Of course, APLD. How could we not give APLD the credit it deserves? It pumped today. We're going to look at the charts together, and you'll see that. A few things I want to share with you very quickly before we do look at how the week ended and how the day ended for us today. We have earnings next week. Several earnings plays you should be looking at. You can see starting Monday, a slow Monday morning into, Monday afternoon. But a couple things that you should be taking a look at for Tuesday on. UNFI has got earnings before open on Tuesday. CrowdStrike on Tuesday afternoon at close. American Eagle. Retail overall. Retail's been doing pretty good on their earnings. It's. I saw a news article today on one of the news channels that was talking about people wanting to be more physically in the retail space, being in the stores shopping this year for retail. And I have experienced over the years, my wife and I would usually take the kids, we go to my sister-in-law for Thanksgiving, and we would literally spend hours just going through the newspapers and looking at the ads and looking at the different Black Friday deals and things like that. And then as time progressed, you pretty much sit on your phone and you look through your phone or you look through your computer and you're looking at what deals are available that way, and you go shop. Now, you pretty much were ordering everything online. And forget Black Friday deal, right? The days of standing at Best Buy or Walmart at the front door because you knew there was a specific TV you wanted to buy that was like $148, normally like $500, and you'd wait online and you'd get trampled going through the door and you get in the store. Those days are over. I mean, like, most retailers are offering Black Friday deals, in Halloween, and saying like, hey, Black Friday, get it early, order online, only available online. And even Costco has their most recent ad is like a 3-week ad. You've got this week is this ad, then it goes to this, and then it goes to this. And I'm like, all right, they've got an Apple iPad I've had my eye on for a while, right? So the week before Thanksgiving, it was like $9.99 for this iPad. But then I page forward in their ad and I get to like the week after and it's $7.99. Well, why am I going to buy it at $9.99? If I can wait one more week, I can get it for $200 less, So I'm like, I'm not quite sure I understand totally the math in how that all works. But at the end of the day, retail spaces are doing very well. Wednesday, we've got Macy's in the morning, which is big time part of my past life. I was an executive for Macy's for many years in New York and across the eastern United States. So still have a retirement account with Macy's, still have some stock with Macy's, and I'll be interested to see how they do. They've been struggling, which is why I wasn't with Macy's for a long time. But they always had struggles. So we'll see what Macy's does, but I'm curious. And then, just kind of work through the week. Some interesting ones coming up. Thursday morning, Kroger, which is a supermarket chain. Thursday morning before open, I'm interested to see how they're doing. Ulta usually does pretty well, which is after close on Thursday. So there's some good stuff going on. Victoria's Secret on Friday before the open. It's going to be an interesting week, to say the least, on earnings. As we go to jump into the charting, let me just say, if this is your first time here, thank you so much for being here and visiting the channel. I hope you enjoy the video. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified every time we upload a new video. Thank you for being here. God bless you for coming and checking us out. And if you're interested in joining the AJDT Discord, if you've been thinking about it, stop thinking. Get in there with us. Our Discord members did really well today, including myself, and I'm going to share with you in the charts. I actually even miscalculated. I made more than I thought I did in APLD today, and so I was pretty happy when I sat down to kind of write in my log, how did I do today? What did I do right? What did I do wrong? And was happy to see that I profited a little bit more than what I had anticipated it was. But my name is Josh. I'm just your average Joe day trader. I'm here to talk to you about the best day trade stocks. I'm here to talk to you about my trading journey, mistakes that I make so you can avoid those, and hopefully I avoid them in the future, and the wins, things that you should be looking at to improve yourself, your skills, your education, your charting, your support and resistance levels, understandings of that, candlestick patterns, etc. That's what this channel is all about. And it's about you and I together getting rich together. And that's the whole idea. Is I'm not here to take you out in the driveway and show you a Ferrari or a Mercedes or a new BMW that I traded my Ferrari in. You know who you are if you're watching my video. Congrats on the BMW, but hey, all your videos don't need to be about all your fancy cars, okay? Help the people by teaching people how to do things and not just talk about how you're spending their money, their hard-earned money, on what they spend to be part of your Discord, your Patreon, your website, your all these things. Am I getting bitter? No, I'm not getting bitter. Let's move off of that. But what I will tell you, these videos, my goal is that we learn and grow together. And listen, I admit to the Discord group, hey, I made a mistake or I didn't do that right, so that they can learn from me in that way and I learn from them. And sometimes they say, hey, Josh, looking at this, what do you think about this? And I'm like, wow, that's cool. Didn't see that or didn't think about that. And so we are helping each other. And it's a great opportunity to get into something ground up. Here's the QR code. If you want to become part of the AJDT Discord, scan that QR code, sign up so you can be with us ready to go Sunday night. As we always do, the gap up Sunday night, see with the S&P 500 into Monday morning when the market opens and we are ready to trade. So let's see, how did we do overall in the markets today? Here we are. Look at the end of day results today. Interestingly enough, look at this green line right here is the NASDAQ. And look at that awesome, awesome pump for the NASDAQ. And then we've got the S&P 500, blue line right with it. And the Dow Jones also, it's kind of hard to see it, but also pumping up with it. Everything in the market right now is pumping, okay? And when I say this has been a great green week, you see it right here. You also see the S&P 500 today finished up 0.54%, the Dow Jones up 0.61%, the NASDAQ up 0.65%. Even China, Hong Kong, all of these areas here that we monitor and watch are doing well. And just a nice green solid day. Now you can see as this rolls through, because it rolls through the different industries and the different sectors, some things pop red, some things are mostly all green, solid dark green, which is really good. So a good market day overall. When we go to the charts, the S&P 500, we opened it up on the daily, you can see that we've had 5 solid trading days of nothing but ending the day green candles. Look at this beautiful momentum back coming down from, this hard pull down. Let me get off auto, pull this down a little bit. And you see that, we're, a lot of people say, oh, we're not done. We're not done with the pullback. We're going to continue to pull back, all right? Well, we hit 650, okay, on the S&P 500, but we closed today at 683.39, and in the aftermarket 683.59. It's still going because the market's going to close at 8 p.m. tonight, so that's shut down for the weekend. That was kind of a surprise today, I'll tell you too. I actually had thought that since the stock market, the exchange was closing at 1 p.m. today, that there would be no overnight trading session. But to my surprise, we continued with this overnight trading session. We're still in it right now. And so a lot of opportunity to continue to make some money in the market in the overnight after hours. But for the most part, once 1 o'clock hit, I was done for the day. And I had made my money early today. So did many of the Discord members. And that's how I like to do it. Within the first few hours of the day, I don't want to babysit stocks all day long. If it's a swing or a long-term thing, yeah, I'm going to buy it. I'm probably not going to watch it through the day. I'm going to come back to it the next market day morning just to kind of see how it's doing. But, I don't want to babysit stocks. So S&P 500, let's go to the 30-minute chart, and let's just kind of see how this looks. We're going to go back to auto. And you're going to see here that we had a pretty decent day, right? I mean, not a huge amount of activity. And you have to know that Thanksgiving Day, the day after Thanksgiving, the Friday typically following Thanksgiving Day, the volatility is very low. Volume is very low. There was not much volume today at all. You can even see, in these candles right here, you had some decent volume towards the end of the day pump, but just not a lot of volume. And the S&P 500 spent the day on an upward trend. I mean, this was a calls day for options traders all day long to make some money. But there are a few that I want to point out to you today that did very, very well, and I played. So let's start with APLD. APLD is my favorite. Now, what you're looking at is you're thinking, Josh, what the heck is that on your screen? Like, what is that on your chart? Well, if you've watched some of my past videos, you know that I do this thing called the box strategy. My box strategy, it's probably different than some other people's that claim to use a box strategy, but my box strategy encapsulates the entire previous trading day, okay? So you can see here, I'll just kind of show you as the example, yesterday, and it was funny, I did this with my brother-in-law after we were done. We were watching the Dallas game, or actually I think it was the next game, whatever the next game was. I think it was San Diego Chargers. We were watching after Thanksgiving, after our Thanksgiving meal, and I was like, hey, he asked me, like, hey, show me that box strategy again. So I did the box strategy. And what you're basically doing is you're finding the lowest point, which was here, and the highest point on the wicks, and you build that box. And you pull the box all the way across past the next trading day. And I told my brother-in-law, I'm like, listen, because it was right around in here that we were doing this together, about 9 o'clock, 9:30 last night. And I'm like, bro, we're already out of the box strategy. It's already broken out above the resistance level for my box strategy. So what I told him was that the only thing that could happen is that it could start to pull back and run down, and then it's going to use the top of the box strategy as a support level. And sure enough, what did it do, right? Because this is not an actual support level. This is the box strategy based on the previous day's trading high and low. And it does on many of the stocks. You can see when it pulls back, it respects this support level. And that's exactly what it did here. It hit this support level and it just respected it through the pre-market, through the overnight into the pre-market. And then this morning, when the market opened up, it responded back to what it did on this, run up last night. It gapped and went. And nice day for APLD. Now, here's what I did in APLD today. So I was following it, and I'm actually going to go ahead, since this really does not apply anymore. We're going to get that box strategy out of there. We're going to go ahead and we're going to pull this one out. Let me go over here. We're going to pull this one off of here. We're going to get this one out of here, this yellow one as a thing. Okay, and now we're back to good. So, so now basically we're out of the box strategy. We ran up. Here's what I did today. Let's go to the 15 minute, and I'm going to kind of just show you the day today. Let's go to the 5 minute. All right. So I usually use the 5 and the 15 minute charts for my entries. I look at the 5, I go back to the 15. I want to see, about the 15 minute. Many people use the 30 and the 4 hour, 1 hour, 4 hour after they're in a trade, because they're looking at the body of the candle. So if you go to the 4 hour, for example, here, like on this day today, you see they live in this candle. And as long as this candle body stays more than 50% and stays in there, that tells them like, hey, I'm not, stay in it. And it's a good strategy. Not for me, though. I can't watch a 4 hour candle. I need to be live. I need to be in the 15 minute. I need to be seeing what's happening with my candles. I want to see what, if the next 5 minute candle opens green. Because if my next 5 minute candle opens red, then I'm getting ready on the sell button to get out potentially if it starts to pull back. And there were some reds in here today. That's why I say I'll show you on the 5 minute. I got in it at 25.50 is when I got in, and somewhere in this green candle, and I did ride it up, and I got out at 26. What did I get out at? 26.20. I got out 26.20, right? So I was in at 25.50 and I got out at 26.20. I was very happy with myself. It was like $700 something, based on that. Had some additional shares in there, though, which is why I miscalculated and didn't realize. So I had some additional runners in there. I didn't sell off all my shares, so I had some additional runners in there. And when I realized, I was like, oh, wow, that's pretty awesome. So I actually made closer to $1,000 in APLD today, 9 something. And I was very, very happy with that. Obviously, it was like found money, right? I found the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, because I was like, wait a minute. I sold out of my position in APLD, and I go back in and saw, wait, how many shares do I still have a position on in APLD? Hey, cool, awesome. I'm still in it, right? And so then when I felt it was at a top peak there, I did sell and get out of those shares. So I was able to add to the bank today. But a beautiful run up, and a couple of the Discord members today were in this one. I believe Paulette, Cannonball, Ravi, Rodrigo, right? We're in this, and just taking profits. See profit, take profit. That's the way to do it. It's not about staying in as long as you can. It's not about waiting out the bears and okay, I'm at the top of the chart. I can stay in a little bit longer, because what ends up happening a lot of times is you give it all back. And so now, obviously, today was not a give it all back day. Today, it continued to run really nicely. And let's go back to the 15-minute. And you just see monster, beautiful day for APLD. Very, very happy with APLD today. I'm sure many of you are as well. And if you're someone who's a subscriber and you're looking for a great stock to trade, well, this is on our Average Joe Day Trader Best Day Trade Stock list. I'm going to put that up here. I'm also going to mark on here for you the ones that were green today. The stocks that we ran that are on the list that we choose from that were green today that you could have made money in. I'm going to throw that up here for you to see it. But we're going to spend a couple minutes going through some of those stocks too. Where is my BBAI army at? We are going to look at BBAI. What a great day for BBAI today as well. This was another one that pretty much it used my box strategy. Okay, so check this out. So my box strategy, we were on a downturn for it, hit a bottom 596. Okay, through the overnight trading, when it finally opened up, it came up and it used this center, I call it a median average. It's my center line as a support and resistance level, broke back down from it, came down, and I was thinking for BBI, wow, probably not something I want to touch today. And then when we got the market bell on BBAI, look at this. All right. Opened up candle wick low of $6.04 to a candle wick high today of $6.44. BBI Army, congratulations if you're in this as it continues to pull up. And the thing about it is, while it does continue to dip into the fives, it hasn't gone any lower than that. It's not going to go any lower than that, my personal opinion. But a great stock. I'm still watching and waiting. A lot of positive catalysts behind BBAI for this bad boy to run to $10. We're waiting for it. So stay sharp, stay focused, keep your head up, BBA Army. It's coming one day. We just got to get the market back to the bulls and watch BBAI climb with it. Another one I was in today, Cipher, CIFR, Cipher Mining. I love this stock. It's been doing very, very well the last many trading days. You see, I had an incredible day on Wednesday. Today, Friday, no different. An incredible day. I played Cipher. This one is one that gave me a huge payback because it was in the low 1759 at the bottom of this candle, and it had a wick high of $19.65. Ran really well, and I did make my money in Cipher today. I got into this one alongside APLD, and I got into it somewhere about $19.80. Yeah, so somewhere within this. Let's see, somewhere in here in the first candle, yeah, $19.80, and I got out of it at about $20.85, somewhere around there. It did hit $20, and I think 37 cents at one point as a high. Let me see on the 30-minute. No, I'm sorry, $21.06. It hit a high of $21.16 today, and then it started to give it all back. I got out. I jumped ship, and then it did level off. It hit all the way low back to $20.10. So I was glad I sold it when I saw the confirmation of the candlesticks. Got out, took profit, called it a day. Not too bad. I only had 200 shares of Cipher today. Yesterday was big for me. On Wednesday was big for me in Cipher, and I figured I'd continue to play it a little bit. I put a lot of my money in APLD this morning, but I bought 200 shares of Cipher and played that and did pretty well with it. Very happy for my overall day today and my overall week. I made some pretty fire money this week, and you can too. All you got to do is learn, educate yourself, understand the candlestick patterns, understand support and resistance, and I'm doing a lot of the homework for you. I'm giving you this list. All you got to do is go take a look at the list, do some due diligence on it, watch the patterns, make some decisions on it, get in and out, scalp that money. make that money, make that wealth. All right, going to run through the whole list very quickly. Tesla, you can see, had a decent run up today. I played TSLL today. Tesla did good. It was pumping, not a crazy day, not a lot of volume. AMD, nice run up today. We're just going to shoot through these. NVIDIA, not so much. Wow. NVIDIA gave a lot to the casino today. Not one you would have wanted to be in, but a good buy the dip opportunity for NVIDIA, because NVIDIA is going to surpass AMD again. AMD had been chasing NVIDIA. Now NVIDIA's down here. We'll see what happens, but once it turns, it's going back up. Palantir, nice run up today. Intel had an incredible day today. Look at the candles on Intel on the 30 minute. 15-minute looked even better. Nice clean lines today if you played Intel. SoFi followed suit. We already talked about APLD. Rigetti, RGTI, had some opportunity for some upper momentum to make some money in there, but a little bit choppy, a little bit tough, and it gave a lot back there at the end of the day. QBTS, very choppy, but some nice candlestick opportunities in there to make some money, but the volume is the issue today, being the day after Thanksgiving. Cypher, I already shared with you with that, nice and clean. SMR had a nice run up today, all the way to $20.29, opened up at $19.08. It's more than $1.21. EOSE also ran. UUUU ran up nice, but then kind of gave it back with NVIDIA. QS, same thing. Quantum up and down. QUBT, sort of the same track, same trend. NVTS had a nice run up this morning. Did give it all back later in the day, or about halfway. ONDS, I had been watching ONDS. Matter of fact, one of our Discord members brought up Market Beat. I like to watch the Market Beat 2 videos. They're really good. They actually talked about APLD in their last video. They also talked about ONDS, and I was expecting to see something a little bit different from ONDS today. Didn't get it, but this may be a good opportunity, and look at how it's curling up already. MACD up over the signal. This looks good for a gap up on Sunday. We'll see. Open Door Technologies, down. BBI, we talked about it, broke out of my box strategy today beautifully. SLDP was more sort of on a down. He had a couple little opportunities to make some money in there, but nothing I would have been crazy about. And LAES ran up and then did the whole sort of sideways down, horizontal, bring back. So at the end of the day, a great week. I hope you profited today. Let me know. Drop me a comment. Let me know how you did. What kind of money did you make today? I know a lot of people are sitting on the sidelines, bag holding, and watching what's going on from this huge market pullback. But once you get some of that money freed back up, jump back in. Don't be afraid. Just my opinion, not financial advice, but I'm telling you, there's a lot of money to be made in the market. You just have to know where to go. Again, thank you so much for being here. Looking forward to seeing what the market does Sunday night, whether it gaps up or gaps down with the S&P 500. I am going to, if I had to vote, it would be a gap up. We'll see what happens. And that means a lot of the stocks that we love are going to gap up with it. So we'll see what happens Sunday night. Join me for Sunday Night Live, which begins at 7:55 p.m. So we can be on live at 8 o'clock to see the S&P 500 gap up, gap down. Plus, I love to answer questions, chart things for you, show you the box strategy live, etc. I'll take any questions while I'm in there. That's it. Have a great weekend. Enjoy your Saturday and your Sunday, and I will see you on the next one. Thank you so much. God bless you. Josh out. Peace.